Hi everyone, you're tuning in to the SIC Youth Ministry podcast, second podcast to be exact. My name is Michelle and today I'll be talking to you about the things we can do during the season of Lent. Okay, when I say the word Lent, what comes to your mind? Usually what will come to most people's mind are words like fasting, abstaining and sacrifice. But those words are a little bit scary, don't you think? And a bit discouraging. It seems a bit tough to do all those things. I'm not saying it's wrong or anything. I mean, Lent is definitely about repentance and sacrifice. It's a time where we acknowledge our weakness and when we humble ourselves. We really need to depend on God's strength during the season of Lent and also grow mentally and spiritually. But I'm just saying, how about we make this Lent a different one? Something a bit more memorable. You know, when we think of Lent of 2013, let us be a time of like a memory of us rising and shining as individuals of Christ. When we think of Lent, may we think of words like joy, charity, contentment, positive words. Okay, our usual practices of Lent would be fasting from food and abstaining from meat. But these are things we do almost every year, year in and year out. It's become a habit to us, something so normal, something we don't even have to think about it. We just, I'm vegetarian, that's it. It's not, we don't really have to turn to God anymore for help to get us through this month. So let's do something that requires us to go to God, to lean on Him, to depend on Him for strength. Something a bit more different. A few examples of things we can do during this season of Lent would be like taking a shower early morning, a cold shower early morning. Y'all don't do that, do y'all? I know. Okay. The next thing you can do is maybe, saying I love you to your parents every night before going to bed. A hard change. I mean, some of us are not very comfortable showing affection that way. But you might not know. Your parents might take it in a good way and it'll be good for you. Yeah. Okay, the third thing you can do is maybe saying the rosary while exercising. While you're jogging, every step you take, maybe like Hail Mary, full of grace. Yeah, that kind of thing. That way, it keeps you healthy and you get to remember your rosary, you get to say your daily prayer. The fourth thing you can do is being a little bit more helpful. Maybe like helping your teachers carry her bags or his books up. Or maybe when you see a friend in need, you volunteer yourself and go help out. The fifth thing you can do is also, standing at the bus station. Not at the bus station, in the bus. Standing in the bus or LRT or any public transportation for that matter to give way to the elderly and the disabled. You can also, every morning say a prayer for one person you don't like. That's a change, right? Instead of saying a prayer for yourself or people you really care about, this time you say a prayer for someone you don't like. Something different during this Lent. All these actions, right, may seem like small things and you wouldn't think that they can make a drastic or big change in someone's lives, but everything, I'm telling you, it's all these small actions that really count. They may affect you or someone else in different unexpected ways and you may not even know it. Through these actions, I gave you the examples of actions just now. It not only benefits you, it benefits someone else too. You can, while you're practicing in your season of Lent, you can shine the light of Christ to the people around you. People can see like, that boy is a follower of Christ, that girl is a Christian. And in the same way, you can glorify God. Yeah, that is about it for my topic about what we can do for Lent. Now, if you have any other questions or anything you would like us to answer or to talk about, feel free to leave it on a comment or you can private messages on our Facebook and our Twitter accounts. Yep, that's it. Bye!
God, you are